cybersecurity. What do you do to do what it takes, etc. So you now need to also keep a note. Writing a scenario itself is a skill. We just need to get to a practice. Who is the buyer? What are their pain points? Find who are the different providers? What are their strengths? Where do they lack areas? Finally, who is the incumbent? Who is not an incumbent? Who's bidding against them? And then who is actually trying to partner with anybody? You should be in a position very quickly within the first 15 minutes. Take a piece of paper, write all these things. Please write. Don't even think that I'm going to look at my screens and stuff. You will be destroyed into pieces in the real exam. I'll be very honest with you, because in the scenario, when the scenario comes up, you cannot go back and read your scenario. You have to look at the notes and then say, okay, this is about CSS Bid Manager. What do I know about CSS? Okay, they are XYZ company. This is what they, okay, fine. Now I'm going to answer. In that way, it helps you. I want you to get to the habit of writing. I know it's hard, but get to the habit of writing in a piece of paper, not typing notes. So then you'll be able to add even more to it. So very, very important, 15 minutes, take it, do it. The reason I ask you to do the mock test is mainly for the other reason. So next one is, this is a mock test link. Please do take the mock test. If you are, I don't know, whenever you're planning to take it, please do register and take it with no preparation, zero preparation. I just want you to get a feel for, if I go and take the exam today with what I know about the way of working, my own knowledge, my own experience, my own understanding of things, how much will I score? As I mentioned, you're going to score somewhere between 30 to 45. If you score more than 45, please take the exam as soon as you can. But if you are scoring 30, believe me, that jump between 30 to 40 is not as easy as you think. So that's why we are giving layer by layer here. So free resources, what do you have? APMP Body of Knowledge, APMP Practitioner Guide, APMP Orientation Video, which is the one that Tony Birch talked about it, and some of the content here you can also find there, and then APMG mock. So you take the mock test first, do what it takes, then you go to the other one. In addition to that, you could also come to Baachu, and if you go to Baachu Scribble APMP Practitioner Certification, there are some free resources there as well. You could click. What you will find beneficial is, if you listen to Scribble Talk, hopefully you have listened to Scribble Talk, which add in the chat box, you have. If you haven't, please do. We have condensed all the syllabus areas in an audio format. You know, that's a small gift from us to you. So if you're a person who prefer listening to audiobooks, that might be useful for you. So in that way, mentally, you can get all the knowledge areas. So you can go and put the free resources there. We have also summarized some of the body of knowledge articles and made it as a small articles. There are a few videos as well that you can also watch about the syllabus. So that's the small thing for us. If you can, just do that additional resources just so that you can help. So how do you utilize the free resources more effectively? I'm really sorry if it's too dense because unfortunately this is dense, but next week onwards, we'll be back to fun. So log into APMP, be okay, familiarize yourself with body of knowledge. Next one, use the syllabus, which is when I say attached, it's in the practitioner guide, and map your syllabus to the body of knowledge. It's very, very important. Remember, it's 12, 28, 28, 12. So you should be absolutely knowing where is my key strengths, where is the areas that I'm weak. That's what we have done there. Then the practitioner guide also talked about question type. Get the question type, know about the question type. Then review the important slides, which is the 3 slides that I talked about, and have a plan. Because if you focus, if you give attention to everything the same way, that might be edgy for you. You should know absolutely, I'm good in certain areas, I might need to improve in the other areas, and you plan accordingly. That's the important slide. Does mock test, fine. Take the mock test at the very end, screenshot the result. Don't close it. I know you'll be exhausted after 2.5 hours. Don't close it, take screenshot. If you are cheeky, I know this is recorded, but I just want you to pass the paper. If you are, you know what, take the test, but if you want, at the very end, screenshot the results, because it will tell you you scored 35, 45, 55, 65, maybe 80 up to 80, but it also tells you which syllabus areas, how much did you score in planning, how much did you score in research and development. You need to know that so that you can start to plan it. So next one is, you now know that unfortunately it won't tell you about question types, etc., but you will get a feel for it from your own thing. Man, I found the assertion questions harder when you're doing practicing. I find that maybe I missed in the multiple response. Maybe I need to improve the time, etc. Note down your experiences in a piece of paper, please. So what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what you could improve. So next time when you do, you're going to apply those improvement thing and you're going to take the mock test. You have improved the syllabus area. You also improved, okay, now for the question type, this is what I'm going to do. Fine. Time management, the way I'm going to read the scenario, apply the scenario, X, Y, Z, done. Now I'm going to retake the mock test. You will find some improvements. 5 marks plus, 5 marks plus. And you just go. The next one is only book the exam if you score above 50 plus in the mock test. You know what? You don't want to retake this exam. Believe me, you don't want to retake the exam. There are many people who self-study, they fail by 2 marks, then they get, oh my God, I've lost my brain. I need to want structured training. I want somebody to push me, nudge me, then they come to us and they pass. But I personally want you to pass yourself. So all that becomes your study notes. The way you approach the scenario, be okay, question types, syllabus areas, all these things added here. And that becomes your attack plan for the day. And you just go from there. And then you take the identification document and go. So the summary is this. Finding that extra 10 marks is what we are going to go for. That's the whole topic why you are here with me, because I am absolutely confident you will score 30 today or even more. But getting that 3 things, 5 marks, 5 marks, 5 marks, you're building it and that's it. But exam day will be draining, but it will be very rewarding. So, but only book the exam and it's 50. So if you're taking the exam, message me and share the results. But that's not the real game. This is where most people think, hey, you know what? No. This is about your mindset. Because most of you, especially colleagues who haven't taken online exam in a different recently, you will be tested with the APMG system. Unfortunately, APMG system is improving, but you still need to be prepared for some issues. So let's take one thing at a time. As I mentioned, your experience will be unique to you. Second, you are going to unlearn as much as you're going to learn new things. So please don't second guess. Please don't fight. This is how it should work. This is old. Nah, don't worry. Fine. You can only control what you can control. This is very, very, very important. There will be so many things that will be outside your control on the exam day. The proctor might have issues, Wi-Fi might have issues, something might happen. So that's outside your control. What's in your control, you just need to start to pull it together. That's where we are going layer by layer. Next one is you are going to focus on incremental improvements. You cannot jump from 30 to 50. If you jump, then that's an uneven results. In the real exam, I'm not sure how much you will score. So you need to incrementally feel that you're improving. Hey, I am now, even though it's the same mock test, believe me, you won't be actually feeling that it's so easy. You are going to find that nuances of improvements, and that's what I want to do. You need to learn to love the assertion questions. Then you need to also have a plan of attack for what you're going to do for other sections, which is the weaker part and things. Again, you are not taking the 80 marks. You're not taking 40 out of 80. You are only taking 40 out of 65 or 70, because behavior and attitude and the multiple response might pull you down. So you need to assume that's going to happen. So which is the case, how am I going to push it outside that envelope so that I'm going to score the maximum mark? You need to get to the examiner mind. We talked about it so that you can improve. And believe me, your ego will be destroyed on this. You know, I'm sorry. Your experience, you might be having 25 years experience, you might have won $500 billion of business for your company, but personally don't take it. You know, this is the exam, and the exam is done on a syllabus, and it's timed, and it is a certain way of working. So please don't take it personal. For APMG exam, after all these things, it might break down. So you may need to be wary of that. An important thing always is breathe, because I need to have a nudge to breathe, because I hold my breath when I get stressed. But that's it. Now, that's why the pass percentage for this paper is not as bad as you think. It's still 80%, but that was like a long time ago. But I don't know what's the latest in here. But the foundation is 99%. But our students tend to get 100%, but that's because I kind of work through them, you know, line by line, incrementally like that. But believe me, you should never retake it. But here is the thing. If this is overwhelming for you, and if you're a person like me who's like, I know I have to do all these things, I don't have time, and I don't think I'm self-motivated, I have 100 things to do, I just need somebody to make it as a priority, welcome to my world. Because I am not self-motivated. Many people think I am. No, I am not. So this is me training. I train 2 hours every day, and I pass on the responsibility of my health to my trainers. So, and again, it's not wrong, because you can start to do it yourself, then you get frustrated, it's not working, or you can pass it to somebody who's doing it as part of their main thing, and you can just go with that. So after 150 students, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, because I've just looked at the registration list. We also have some Scribble students who recently joined, and I just want to give them 5 more minutes on this to just say, okay, how they will approach the test, which is pretty much what I said just now, but there is a slight nuances in how they are going to approach the test. From the feedback of this 150 students, what we have done now is we have just tweaked a little bit on the whole structure. And I thought it's important. And now, because you're fairly confident, we have just put like, if you fail, we'll give the money back. You don't need to pay us, or we'll refund the money if you fail. The reason for that is it's been tested and it's been done on a different ways. So what we have here is 2 forms. You can do it online, self-paced, which is what most people prepare, or you come on a day and 3 days and we could do the thing with you. So I'll send the slides, have a look at those things, because we carved out and we added even more layer to it. And for the Scribble students who are here, this is the journey that you will be going through, which is in addition to self-study students who are going to listen and do the thing. So the 4 core modules will be actually dealt in the 45 video lessons. And we have summarized the body of knowledge, the key concept, examinable material in a study guide. So you don't need to go and look into the website. You have this document, reference document, you can do it offline. And all the thing is summarized. So the study guide is there and the video lessons, then chapter by chapter, you also have slides. So very quickly, you will know the key pointers within the slide. So if you scored, say, 12 marks out of 28 for planning, you can revert back to the past cards and then say, these are the chapters I need to refresh very quickly. You can do that within 30 minutes. And now, once you have done the syllabus areas, and it's important for you to understand where you are. So before you take the mock test. So our classic type-based mock test, it's very quickly will kind of score you. You are going to get 9 out of this, 15 out of this, etc. So it kind of points you the stronger and weaker areas. So even before you add the scenarios, even before you add the question types, etc., how much do you know about the syllabus? That's the first layer we'll be peeling off. So that's done. Once we know that, okay, fine, now I clearly know what it is. Now let me add the scenarios and the other things. So that will be dealt in the revision workshop 1 and 2. They'll be getting that and they'll be doing that. So the important point here is the syllabus is not marked. To be okay, the syllabus is marked here with a study guide. So it's much easier for them to write notes in that or edit and have the things there. So it's there. And that becomes part of your notes as well, which you can take in for the exam. So the next comes what we call the question type. So we have our own sample exam. The sample exam, you could print it. And what it tells you is you don't need to take the sample exam straight from start to end. You can actually go back and do all the question types in one batches. So you quickly read the scenario, then you could, I'm going to do all the assertion questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay, fine, all the assertion questions. Now I'm going to find all the multiple response questions, done. Now I'm going to find the matching and sequence matching classic questions, done. So now it also tells you the answers. So you can also go back and it refers to which syllabus it is. So what that means is you can test your question type. The second layer is how fast I am in doing assertion questions. That's what we are going to do there. Then only you take the mock test. So you take the mock test before the actual one, but now you take the mock test, your chances of getting 40, 45 is already high. But we still insist them to take 3 times, mainly because they want to be in a comfort barrier, so somewhere between 50 plus. And once they score 50 plus, then they go and take the thing. And this is what I mentioned. Use the sample paper 1, sample paper twice, retake the sample papers in bits and pieces.